Okay, so this is the Dragon Ball Daima episode review for episode 17. There's not much that I really want to go over. I just want to point out some cool things that, from this episode, because overall it was a fine episode. It was a fine episode. Nothing really bad about this episode. There was some really cool stuff with the animation. As you guys know, Daima is probably the most animated Dragon Ball series to this day, like animation wise. There's character art, there's anime, but there's, you know what I'm saying. So anyway, there was this point where the camera had GOMAH in this worm's eye view reference, and then it like shifts. It goes freaky. They get freaky with the camera work, and then it like shifts to Goku's face. I was like, whoa, it looks so somebody, it doesn't look like the best on model face that, you'd seen on Goku, but it's not about being on model in this instance. It's about the animation, how long this probably would have taken, even if it was with computer graphics. It looked sick, and I like that. It looked like something out of the Matrix. Also, the scene where GOMAH was building the ring and it just zooms out. They use a lot of computer, that CGI. It was just freaky. Like, a lot of this stuff looked freaky. This is one of the most freakiest episodes they had in terms of animation. They really went all out, balls out. And they're going to continue doing this because I believe Goku and Vegeta will fuse by the end of the next episode. I mean, he went SS3 in this episode, and it only makes sense that, okay, he gets jobbed out in SS3. Vegeta realizes his SS3 won't work for nothing. They're like, we only got one thing left. We need a fuse. But first, we need to find those bugs, which is I'm going to have to put that into my Easter eggs video for next week. They're going to have to find the earring, essentially what the Potara earrings were in Dragon Ball Z. They're going to have to find the equivalent of those bugs. And that's pretty much what that is going to be referencing in the next week, if and when they do fuse. I'm calling it right now. That's my prediction for next week. They're going to fuse. They're probably going to fuse in SS3. And there's one thing, I remember seeing a comment, like some guy believes like GOMAH he's basically a jabroni with power. And while that is the point, like that's what he's meant to be, I think it would have been a better display of power if you just showed him being powerful before he got to the main guys. It didn't have to be for a whole episode. Just show him doing powerful things. Because with the third eye, you need a demonstration. It's almost like a good example of this would be Frieza. He pounds Nail. Pause. He beats the crap out of Nail, and then he beats up Goku's friends. Then he faces Goku. You see his progress. Like, you see this guy is not one to be messed with. They talk about it all the time, but once you see him in action, just jobbing Nail out, jobbing Vegeta out, after Vegeta just destroyed the entire Ginyu. Like, you need stuff like that to establish how much stronger he is than everyone else. And to a degree, they did do it with this fight, so it's not a bad thing per se, but it's just, you probably won't, like, have him destroy the Ginyu for
which we're taking
the new standoffs in Westerns.
Even Du's war cry before charging Goku is classic Dragon Ball. The part where Goku and Du are running parallel,
they lost, they were losers. Be like,
similar to GT episode 39 when Baby and Goku did.
Have him kill
and also the Dragon Ball Z opening animation.
The one Gohan jumping on mountains and Shenlong rises out of the clouds. That would have been a great way to show off Goku's got a power. Du grabs Goku with his horn and starts bashing him into the ground. It was straight from Majin Buu's playbook. Daima didn't have its usual eye catch. Instead, it had this. I wanted to bring up
GOMAH prepares a big special ring to fight everyone on, just like Cell did with the Cell games. GOMAH gave Vegeta a big old clothesline that looks like the eye you had on your belt. And GOMAH claps all of them, much like Broly.
Honestly,
but he's massive, just like
I'm kind of glad they didn't make
a lot of movie references
deal of the episode.
Bulma points out it's not like Son Kun to suggest everyone
just
fight.
shrugs it off.
This shows that GOMAH is the real deal. It's like Goku needing help against Raditz from early Dragon Ball Z era.
It's not really a problem.
He was terrified to face Raditz.
What I'm trying to
also, this battle feels a lot like
only Bulma was the only one who had
or Cell Max with everyone attacking at once. I think it was hesitant to send her troops out to battle, just like Vegeta was with Broly. Bulma needing help to see the battle because she isn't able to fly is a callback to Trunks killing Frieza when she needed help there. Needing Gohan to carry her away from Dr. Gero's explosion, and even GT's final battle with the one-star dragon, the other guys blew up her Buto's machine. And when Goku was about to launch the Genki Dama, which is as a whole a similar battle to this one. Goma's stance here is just like Broly's or by the end of this fight, because Goku's SS3 transformation reminds me of how he attained UI in Dragon Ball Super, or in episode 63 of GT when the One-Star Dragon wrecked him and everyone believed he's going to try to swoop in and steal the Goku went SS3 for the first time in Daima.
Like there's got to be something. Maybe I'm reading.
And those are the Easter eggs for episode 17 of Dragon Ball Daima. Stick around for the review and more videos to come in the future. I'll see you on the next
he's been through with the Rintu in this whole arc.
Which was going to be standoffs and westerns. Even Doo's war cry before charging Goku is classic Dragon Ball. The part where
I do
Goku
believe
and Doo
that
are running
after
parallel to
Goma's said and done,
similar to GT episode
Glorio's going to be the
when
one
Baby
they gotta,
Goku off, and also the Dragon Ball Z opening animation.
He's going to switch sides.
Gohan
He's going to have
jumping
to
on
switch
mountains and Shenlong
He's going to have to turn
clouds, or Goten and Trunks doing
There's
it with the
one last thing I wanted to bring up.
Doo grabs Goku with his horn and starts bashing him into the ground, taking straight from Majin Buu's playbook.
After he
Daima didn't have its usual eye catch. Instead, it had this with Goma. So Goma prepares a big special ring to fight everyone on, just like Cell did with the Cell games. Goma gave Vegeta a big old clothesline from hell like Broly, and Goma claps all of them much like Broly does. But he's massive just like Slug.
That's ridiculous.
There's going to be a lot of
albeit he didn't say it in a not so.
Bulma points out it's not like Son Kun to suggest everyone calls somebody arrogant. This shows that Goma is the real deal.
And she's not even watching the home video
needing help
Goma
against Raditz from early Dragon Ball Z era.
Maybe
he was terrified to face Raditz.
That was weird to me.
Also, this battle feels a lot like Haruto.
It reminds me of that time in GT
or Cell Max with everyone attacking at once. Idinsu was hesitant to send her troops out to battle, just like Vegeta was with Broly. Bulma needing help to see the battle because she isn't able to fly is a callback to Trunks killing Frieza when she needed help there. Needing Gohan to carry her away from Dr. Gero's explosion.
It was legend.
It was GT's final battle with the One-Star Dragon after he blew up her Bluetooth machine. And when Goku was about to launch the Genki Dama, which is as a whole a similar battle to this one.
He didn't even transform against him. By that point, he hadn't even transformed.
Goku's SS3 transformation reminds me of how he attained or
when they start bringing up the point that
or in episode 63 of GT when the One-Star Dragon wrecked him and everyone believed he was dead.
Also,
Goku went SS3 for the first time in Daima. Took him 17 episodes.
Vegeta tells Gohan
and those are the Easter eggs for episode 17 of Dragon Ball Daima. Stick around for the review and more videos to come in the future. I'll see you on the next one.
You know, when stuff like this would happen,
Dragon Ball
there's
Daima,
not a single moment that
Easter eggs, references, and lore.
You remember this
happening coming up next.
And without the training,
there's no long intro explaining the entirety of Dragon Ball in this episode. Goku and the others are gatekept from having every Dragon Ball like Vegeta, Krillin, and Gohan were on Namek.
They're trying to shoehorn things into,
and a bit like the first arc of Dragon Ball.
So I brought up two examples.
The majority of their Dragon Balls.
That was just weird to me.
Having all 7.
But overall, this
points
episode
out that
was
Shin is short.
I already gave you my predictions for next
flashback to the gleans from the previous episode. Show that they do in fact have to grow and develop and aren't just born into maturity.
Or maybe
Shin gives a
that's
weird sinister smile to Idinsu, which looks very similar to the one he gave to Goku when they first met. Unlike their guess, Idinsu wants a stronger and more terrifying demon realm that the outside.
So those are my predictions for next week.
This is a great episode. Offers a fight between the representatives of each side, like the Ginyu did to further my Easter egg from earlier. But